Hey everybody, I have some awesome news to share. In this little box is residing the latest hatchling, and this is probably the rarest turtle I've incubated. This is a young Cuora picturata. Check that out. Isn't that a beautiful turtle? And as you can see, it is pretty big for an animal that hatched just about a week ago. So as you can see, I set it up very simply. I'm using the guidelines that some of the other Cuora breeders are also using, and might even need a little bit more shallow water, but it already ate worms. I have it in my warm room, so it's about at 24-25 degrees. And it doesn't go below 20, and that's something that's important because this turtle, it's a Vietnamese species, but it's a lowland species and is actually found in quite tropical or at least subtropical areas that normally don't go below 18 degrees. Now I have all this info from Cuora.org, so if you want to know more about the species and a lot of other Cuora species, then check out that website. Anywho, this is quite a special little turtle, I have to say, and I was told I should be proud of this, which I am, of course, which is super cool. Not really much more to say thus far. I hope it will keep doing well, but it is something I wanted to share with you. And yeah, such a special little turtle. As some of you might know, the adults of these are here on a breeding loan, so it is super cool to see the first fruits of that collaboration. And also great because, you know, you're taking care of some amazingly rare animals for somebody. I am glad that I can show that the trust is not misplaced. Yeah, right? Such a beautiful turtle. Isn't that cool? So yeah, the rarest turtle I have incubated thus far. According to the Cuora website, there are about 500, probably maybe a little bit more, individuals in herpetoculture. So that's not a lot. So although it's one young, you know, yeah, it's cool to add one to that small group. And also the person that the parents belong to told me he knows about 8 persons, there are probably more, but still, that have actually bred picturata, so that's not a lot. I don't feel like it's completely my achievement because I didn't raise the adults, but they have been here for a year and a half now, so yeah, pretty cool. In the future I hope to reproduce this awesome success and add a little bit more of the species to the small group that exists, but I think we can celebrate this small achievement. Really cool also to see how active it is, but I'm gonna place it back. It will feel nice and secure in there. And to continue the hatchling and egg news, I saw the Ceratophora digging again, so let's check. Okay, I will do this one-handed, but let's see if we can find some eggs again. She always lays them pretty deep, all the way to, yep, the drainage layer. Oh, turned one, but that's okay. There's another one, there's some. She laid 11 eggs, one more as usual. I'm trying these boxes now for the first time actually, by the way. Just a different way of incubation, see if it works, also because they lay so many eggs, so I can have a box per female. That was the idea, at least. The idea is that you have like suspended media, so there's water underneath here, but I didn't like the idea of that splashing when I was moving it, so I put in Ceramus. That's all soaked with water, and then I will put these above there and then put the little lid on. And yeah, the Ceratophora, as said, are quite prolific. And I am running into a bit of a luxury problem, because you see all those boxes? Those are all Ceratophora nests or clutches. And in the back there are all these turtle eggs. And the luxury problem I'm having is that Ceratophora eggs you actually hatch at about 24 degrees. So I could practically incubate them in the in the reptile room, and I will also try that once I'm starting to have success with hatching them. The first 2 clutches are not in here. Those actually didn't do well. I also did not expect them to do well because, you know, because of they were laid just as a transport. So I figured those wouldn't be that great. But yeah, you can see quite prolific. Incubated 24. In the back there are some turtle eggs. Those are incubated usually about 26 to 28 degrees, sometimes even higher. And I'm suspecting one of my Lanthanotus females to be gravid, so those are also incubated at 26.5. So I have one incubator for these clutches that need to be incubated at different temperatures. And that is why I got this wine cooler that I got for free, and I adjusted it to make an incubator of it. You can see there's a heating strip in the back, there's a ventilator to push around air once in a while if needed, and I made these shells with this used egg tray. I wanted to make a third shell, didn't have enough, and the ones I got was a little bit too thick. Anyway, in here I can put a lot of boxes with eggs that need to be incubated at a cooler temperature, and so also the new Ceratophorae eggs will go in here. As you can see, plenty of space, so good reason to get some more litters that incubate at that temperature. And what I also did is this little cup that you normally have on the back of the wine cooler to catch some condensating water. I'm actually going to use this one in the incubator to put some water in, so the humidity rises a bit. There's this nice gutter for any excess water. I put these up there, so there's plenty of ventilation all around the boxes. And yeah, pretty happy with it. It runs perfectly. So I'm gonna put it in its place and then put in the new clutches. I'm using the Habitat dimming thermostat. There's many thermostats you can use. I just always use this, and these are very reliable.